Alright, I got the canister.
Excellent. We have to keep the super soldier serum from getting into the wrong hands. He'll be a hero for this. Bring the serum to the lab and I can extract the data.
I'm on it.
You've probably seen this scene before. Not this low-budget scene specifically, but you have seen this type of setup before. This scenario is pretty commonplace in action shows and movies. So why is it so familiar even though you've probably never seen this video before? That's because of the use of tropes. According to the Art Direction Handbook for Film, a trope is a universally identified image imbued with several layers of contextual meaning, creating a new visual metaphor. To put it simply, tropes are recurring ideas or motifs which can be found in media. Keep in mind that just because a story uses a trope, that doesn't mean it's being derivative. In actuality, all forms of media uses tropes, from movies to TV shows to books to video games. Tropes are the building blocks of storytelling and are an essential part of every narrative. Analyzing the use of tropes and what they may represent is a great way to better understand the thoughts of individuals and society as a whole. Oh, and spoiler warning by the way. Some tropes might have names that you never heard of, but you've definitely seen in action. For example, Chekhov's gun is a plot device that is set up in the beginning of the story so that it can be used in the end of the story. The term was coined by Anton Chekhov, a writer who believed that every element should serve a role within its story. If an element does not come into play later, then it is leaving the audience with false expectations, so it should be removed. If you say in the first chapter that there is a rifle hanging on the wall, in the second or third chapter, it absolutely must go off. If it is not going to be fired, it shouldn't be hanging there. For example, if a story introduces a dam, chances are the dam is going to be destroyed. Even things that you assume are insignificant to the story, like a watch someone's wearing, or a poster on a wall, can serve an important role in the final act. For more fantastical examples, the powerlifters in Aliens first appear simply as futuristic tech that moves heavy items, but in the end, it is used by Ellen Ripley to take on the Alien Queen. In Doctor Strange, the Time Stone is set up as a dangerous artifact that can break time. The Time Stone is then used to defeat the villain by trapping him in a time loop. Chekhov's gun should not be confused with a MacGuffin. The term MacGuffin was originally coined by Angus MacPhail, a screenwriter that frequently worked with director Alfred Hitchcock. A MacGuffin is a plot device whose only purpose is that the characters desire it. It doesn't really matter what the MacGuffin is or what it does, as long as it drives the plot forward. For example, in Hitchcock's The 39 Steps, the characters are all after government secrets. Hitchcock never reveals what those secrets are and simply asks the audience to accept that they are important and just enjoy the ride. A great example of a MacGuffin is the briefcase as seen in Pulp Fiction. We never learn what's in the briefcase because it doesn't matter what's in it. The only thing that matters is that the characters want the briefcase. MacGuffins are tropes that have been around since the early days of film and can even be traced back to classic legends like the Holy Grail, a cup that doesn't really do anything, but all the knights wanted. Alright, back to the story. You remember this canister with the super soldier serum in it? Let's change it up a bit. How about if we change it to a disc with confidential material? Or, how about keys to a secret vault? I can't decide. How about you decide for me? What should I change it to?